In the beginning of me selling to injury law firms, one of the very first few lessons that I've learned was really brutal, that I was competing against thousands of different other people who are also selling to injury law firms. Well, not specifically to injury law firms, but to law firms. And I felt that heavy hand in the beginning extremely fast. I feel like the very first few times I reached out on LinkedIn, I got a hard stop sending me messages. The very first few messages I started sending out, and they weighed a lot on me. It was definitely a lot of pressure starting out in the very first rejection that you get. It's very, what's the word for it? It's very discouraging getting that very first rejection. But over time, when I was still trying to sell my service, my email marketing services to NG law firms, you get a little bit numb to rejection. But anyways, because of all of this rejection and business, what business really taught me is that it forces you to change your perspective. If something doesn't work, then something else has to work. And then I noticed that many of my competition has the same problem, and I see the same problem in injury law firms, which I'm going to share with you in this video. Really rarely I see that people selling to injury law firms or law firms, very rarely I see them selling the results. They're always selling the same, they're always selling the service. And I see this mistake a lot in injury law firms, always selling the service. You guys are always so focused on selling the service that you don't really impact your leads. You don't really impact your potential clients or your engaged leads. So, for example, my service is email marketing services. So when I will reach out to an injury law firm, and they will actually respond back and say, so what do you actually do? What do you bring to the table? What makes you so unique? And back then, a new entrepreneur in this industry, I made the mistake of only selling the service that I do. I said that I do email marketing services for injury law firms, and I forgot to add what I brought to the table. The correct answer is I help injury law firms convert leads automatically through using my system. I sell the desire, the results that I bring in. And most NG law firms really forget to sell the results and the desires of their leads. Once you start positioning yourself as the key or the problem solver to their pain points, and you really say that you frame yourself in a position where you do this for these type of people, you're going to really impact a lot of your leads into conversions if you add that into your follow-up. Now, when I look at the billboards of injury law firms, it usually is injured in a car accident. We can help. We have done this for these people, whatever not. And the problem with that is you're not really selling the result. You have to be selling the result. And what that means is not about how big your number is, how much money you have recovered. No. The results that you're selling is the dream life, the life after they got what they want, the life after they get their compensation. For an example, you can say, we got this client from him struggling to get up every single morning to go to work and not being able to work for months, not being able to spend time with family, not being able to do anything productive, and brought him to a place where his medical bills were paid and he got his treatment, and now he can spend time with his family. Now he can go to work and provide for his family. Like that. When you sell the life they get after this disaster, after they get their compensation, that is when you actually start to sell the desire, sell the dream. And so, since I do email marketing for NG law firms, I knew this, and I saw myself doing the same mistake in my own business, and I decided to change it up. And now I'm here. I'm still pretty new to this, but I feel like every single day I'm improving in this entrepreneur stuff, selling to NG law firms. And this is one of the main key lessons that I have learned in my own entrepreneur journey that I see most NG law firms really forget to do for themselves. So I highly encourage you, stop selling your service and start selling the dream results for your lead. And I promise you will impact them and get your conversion rates up massively. So with that, I really hope you got a lot of value from this video. God bless you all and keep your mind well.